Good afternoon and greetings to all my listeners and viewers on the Primal 4K app, Fit FM 96.7, Facebook, YouTube, the World Wide Web. I want to welcome you all to Primal Sports Center. I'm your host, Dale.
And I'm Kane the Schwab Watson. You know what time it is. It's time to bring sports to you as we know it and as we love it and as we watch it.
Yeah.
First of all, we'd like to apologize for our guest who was, he's a busy man.
Of course.
Next week, we'll get that interviewed with you, none other than Juan Villa, president of
Panam.
A living legend himself who used to compete for Dominican Republic. He'll break down next week his career not only as a player but now in administration and bringing table tennis to the Americas as we know it.
Yeah.
So he'll give us both sides of the fence on his playing career and his administrative career, and a man that has gives so much back to the sport.
Yeah.
Not only just competing, and that's I say makes him a legend by right, because he can't just play. You have to give back in some people umpire, some people coach, some people turn president. Some people are sponsors.
Yeah.
So you have to give back to the sport we love. So next week we'll have that for you. So I want to apologize on his behalf. I had a busy schedule and an urgent.
Biologically, he also give back to him. I have two sons that one was Caribbean champion,
and a young one,
and the young one who's also a Caribbean under 13 and champion as well.
In the senior ranks now, I'm playing high level tennis. So next week he'll tell us about his table tennis career.
Yep.
Yeah. But to kick things off, we have a whole lot around up here. We have some basketball to talk about, some football. Commonwealth Games issues.
Yes.
You name it. But
that's a hot topic. That's a hot topic this week. The Commonwealth Games issue.
And I know Peter has in his commentary some UFC to talk about, and some other Jamaica to talk about.
Yeah.
So heroes. I don't want to spoil anything, but he'll give us a run because we're talking about a few stuff a while ago.
Yeah. A whole heap of awards give out,
Yeah. Back in the past. No. And then later on in the show we'll have Fragging 5. But to kick things off, for me, the hot topic of the week is NBA is back.
Yeah.
And one thing I like about NBA deal, play every day.
Have a match every night.
Every night you have something to watch.
Yeah.
I know I love sports because, sometimes we have a period where we're like, what's coming on tonight?
Yeah. And funny enough, the World Series is going on now, and boy, maybe we're not a baseball fan still. So
I used to watch a lot of baseball.
Yeah. So the Yankees is back in the finals.
Yeah, I'm going with the Yankees.
The Yankees.
Yeah. But NBA. Yeah. And the hot topic of the NBA is LeBron James
and Bronny
sharing the court together on the season opener, which the Lakers won. They won the first two games. But to you, what would you say the impact you would say with Bronny and LeBron, that father-son duel first ever in NBA history?
I think people thought it would be a bigger thing, but it seemed kind of quiet and hush.
Probably because Bronny ain't that good.
That's exactly my point. Bronny, a lot of people think him don't deserve it. It wasn't based off of merit, and even if he was close enough to being a good player, I think people wouldn't have a problem with it. But the fact that he's well below the level of an NBA player, and that rubbed people the wrong way. Especially, and I can tell you this, especially people within the Lakers camp itself.
But even so, LeBron is... It's
just for the show, right? Just for entertainment and legacy kind of thing.
LeBron is a whole package to yourself. LeBron wants his son to play. And for him, it means a lot to him to share the court with his son.
Yeah.
He's in his twilight of his career, but there's a lot of angles to look at it from.
Yeah,
I personally don't like it because, for one, Lakers is a historic franchise and should want to get the best players or players that will be impactful and play their roles. And Bronny right now doesn't fit that mold. And
let me ask you, Bronny's going to pack the arena? No, he isn't. No. The whole narrative around Bronny and LeBron, that's not going to pack an arena.
And Lakers people turn out no matter what.
Yeah.
As I saw Ken Griffey Jr. and Senior at the game. They were the great father-son duo in baseball.
Yeah.
So they were at the game, the whole media hype and all that. But to me, it's going to be played out eventually.
I think it's played out already.
Yes,
Bronny didn't even play the last match.
Yeah. I think they have a 5-game road trip and He'll be playing in the G League.
That's my point. It's played out already because, and I don't like how the movement of the world overall is the handout business instead of merit. You know, people that get a position based on this and that are relative or family. I don't buy into it. I prefer you work toward you work hard towards it, and then you achieve it based off of your merit. You know, not a handout. So I never like it from the start. And I watched Bronny play a couple times, and he's not NBA standard.
No, he's not.
He's not NBA standard. And this thing about starting him it even make it even look even more silly to me. He's starting him and then him gone to the G League. How that look?
A real Hollywood puppet show type.
That's exactly what it's a puppet show thing. It's a puppet show thing, man.
Remember it means a lot.
Well, and you know the argument now. Boy, the greatness of LeBron.
Yeah.
You know, can you imagine how great this man is to have even his son, carry his son into the league, and the whole narrative gonna blow up. So it's another plus. It's another plus.
And Jordan's son probably.
Jordan's son wasn't any good.
Probably as good or as bad as Bronny. Anyway, you want to put it.
Exactly.
So you don't think Bronny has a place in the league?
Maybe as a defensive guy, but him small. He's about 6'4", 6'3".
If that tall.
Yeah, and I don't see him as a Gary Payton kind of talent anyway. But
beef up, put on some muscles.
And the real talent don't come out of a privileged lifestyle either. Yeah. You know, very privileged. You know, although Steph Curry came out of a privilege and Kobe as well, but it was somewhat different for them.
And if you look at all across other sports, I mean, look at Cristiano Ronaldo's son.
Yeah.
Think he's gonna make it? Or Messi's sons? Probably, I don't know.
I don't think so.
Upon David Beckham's son, retired I think at age 22.
I don't think
football.
So. In order for these superstars, if they want to have a child that grow up to be as good or even better than them, you have to grow them like how you almost grow like how you grow up.
You cannot simulate that environment.
I think you can. I think you can somewhat. I've seen wealthy people deal with them son the same way, like how them know how them come up through the ranks and fight through, and instead of giving them stuff, they make them work towards it.
That's more in the business world. Sports.
I think it's possible.
In sports?
I think it's very much possible.
It is possible.
Because if Steph Curry do it and Kobe do it, it's privileged. Kobe's father was a part of the NBA as well, so they obviously they had wealth and Del Curry and even Klay Thompson.
But even so, their fathers weren't. Del Curry never all that.
Del Curry a top shooter, man. Top shooter.
Steph Curry is a different league. Some people say Steph Curry top 10 all time.
So it's like Ken Griffey and his son is the number one of all time in terms of father-son.
I would say that.
Because the two of them elite level.
Yeah, I would say that.
So probably I forgot to ask Ken how him grow him. You know, I forgot to ask Ken because you have to grow up tough.
And then the nature back then different than now. The money that these players are getting in all these sports are ridiculous. I mean, do you think a player really deserves $500 million contract?
Boy. You have to ask, so you think the owner deserve all of that? You know,
no, but the owner is a businessman.
He's a businessman.
He don't get money from football.
I believe if you can draw, if you can attract the crowd and you can bring value to the team, I think he'd probably deserve it. If I don't know if you can measure it, but I sure think they can measure it somehow. You know, because when David Beckham came over to the MLS.
Damian Lillard getting Jaylen Brown before he win, but he win now. But look at all these contracts they're throwing out and making crazy, man.
So what do you think? You think it watered down the league? Watered down the
Hey, money's money.
You don't see the fight.
Hey, come and go.
You see the fight? You see the fight like what you used to see
plus
back.
they will invest in other things because I see in sports where a lot of sports athletes that acquire all this money buy in other franchises, like how LeBron is a part of Liverpool.
Yeah.
I mean, I see where others, Dwayne Wade, part of WNBA team. So they invest with their money and try to build other sports, which is good, I guess.
No, my question to you, you think it watered down the play?
I probably should ask Peter when we did $1 billion. Yeah, but
you think it watered down the play? That's what I want to know.
No, if you really love it and play at an elite level, I think he won't. I think Steph Curry don't. The money doesn't. Really
I think it watered it down.
Jaylen Brown, I think just won't play at an elite level, no matter how much money you get. Tatum, all of these players, because they enjoy it and they love the sport.
You think anybody would have got 6-0 like MJ, like how MJ did 6-0 in a row?
Is it possible?
No,
It's possible. But
let
is it
me
going to
tell you
happen?
why I don't think it's possible.
It is possible, but
MJ
the chances are is very slim.
It's all about focus.
Yeah. So you don't think the
MJ,
Boston Celtics can win six champions in a row now?
no, I mean like a player
A player. Oh.
leading a team like how MJ did. I don't think it's possible now because you have too much distractions. Yeah, when MJ was playing, it was just all basketball. You know, even the endorsement, him never that was MJ made most of his money
after playing.
Well after playing. You know, I said, so I think even though you mentioned that,
so his contract in the first part wasn't all that.
He was just playing basketball.
All the players had bigger contracts.
He was just playing basketball.
In the first three people.
So I don't think you can be doing so many things off the court.
Scotty got money when he went to Portland.
Yeah, exactly.
And in Portland he was
finished.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, man. I don't think you can. You'll ever say a year, a period, undefeated period like what Jordan had in the 90s, because the money has corrupted and it's a distraction.
I don't think it's down to the money though.
Money. It's money. It's money.
More competitive.
Look at that kid. Look at that kid from Lakers that went to Washington Wizards. I can't remember his name. The tall. I can't remember his name. Fraggy, come.
Kuzma.
Look at Kyle getting such a big contract. Kyle Kuzma. Jordan Poole. We can name. I'm telling you, these guys.
But you're talking about for the mediocre guys. These guys can't lead no team.
I'm just saying. I think it watered down. I think it watered down the play. I don't think you can be doing so many things at the same time and still fully focus on a sport like basketball. Especially you can win a 1 year, and I say no.
Getting like 4-year, $50 million contracts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're coming off the bench.
You have to be special like Messi. No, I'm serious. To have all that wealth of fame and power and still love football, you have to just genuinely love it and be special. So and you have to probably grow a different way too. You have to probably grow a different way as well.
I mean, do you think the money matters to Messi? Really?
I don't think so. Never did.
Yes, it's good to get all the money.
And you can see it. You can see the way he carry himself.
He love football.
If Messi come here now, you don't not even a gold chain around him neck. You don't never know.
One of those Timex or Rolex watches.
Yeah, see somebody here has posted, so sometimes the Google even pick it up.
And check on Instagram page, you see the watches, you know, the green machine and all those stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, man, but
I just love the sport. I'm most elite level, at least just love the sport.
All right. Yeah.
But to wrap up with basketball, I have to give us some early season picks. Who have winning the title again this year?
Well, I'm going with Dallas this year because of is Dallas here going to?
You know Luka, I'm a player now.
Well, for me, I gotta give him a reason. I think they got another a deadly shooter, which I think is the greatest shooter. I think is the greatest clutch shooter of all time, Klay Thompson. I think because of the inclusion of Klay Thompson, I think this team is a dangerous team now. And then they have
a bit slow now.
Yeah, but and then they have the young boys on the inside, Lively and Gafford, and you have PJ Washington. I think this is a team to
Kyrie
beat.
Irving.
And Kyrie is focused as well, and
I think they'll go deep again. I think I'm going with Dallas. Boston is going to be hard to beat in it, and plus the East is weak. I think, although with the addition of PG to Philly, I mean, the injuries in Philly, I don't think they're going anywhere. When you look at who's going to test Boston in the East, so Boston is going to be in the finals again. East is weak. Who's going to test Boston?
More than likely, especially what Steve Kerr did to Tatum in the Olympics. I think Tatum have something to prove this year, and was very. Disrespected. Yeah, man.
Some minutes and plus,
it's unbelievable. That's a big story, though. How can Steve Kerr, this is the NBA champion, going into the Summer Olympics, the man who lead him team to victory, and you don't even give.
Jaylen Brown got
MVP
to the Eastern Conference and the finals.
Yes.
And his 4 teammates were on the team. How does he feel? You're talking about Tatum.
Yeah.
Imagine you look at your teammates, all your teammates on the team, starting lineup, Drew Holiday, Derek White, Tatum, and I'm missing somebody else. all of the four started.
I think they don't. I think they have something against Brown, you know, 'cause you know him.
And then now Tatum go now, the champions, and Tatum don't play.
Not even a minute, eh?
Where you have content with the superstars like KD and Steph, though. So.
I think no, I think that was very disrespectful and Steve Kerr part. So I think Boston and Brown have something to prove.
So even so, Boston will be in the finals again.
Yeah, man. I hear somebody talking about New York.
Nah.
New York not going nowhere, man. Them get Cat and Towns and where's New York going really?
So
Brunson. No, I don't think New York.
Indiana going to be a flop again. Miami going to be a flop again.
Yeah.
Philly with all those injuries. Philly supposed to be the contenders with them. Milwaukee, Giannis and Dame. I don't think Dame.
Milwaukee is such a boring team to watch, boy.
But sometimes boring is good. Remember them Spurs? Them Spurs?
No. People.
You enjoy the Spurs?
No, I enjoy watching.
Before Manu, not before. Before Manu.
Oh no, no. Yeah, Manu and Tony Parker
Yeah.
add spice. Virgin, Milwaukee is one of the worst teams to sit down and watch. I tell you the truth. Even with a little being there, it's one of the worst teams to sit down and watch.
So Giannis, Lillard and
I think Bucks and Boston is going to fight it out. I think Philly too many.
Injuries.
They need to. I don't know what they need for doing in Philadelphia, but something wrong with
I
Philly
think Boston
team.
just don't have too much weapons to continue. And the East is as I said, lopsided. So I think
Two
Boston,
top teams though, Milwaukee.
and I think Boston going to be in the finals. And on the West now, whoever comes through is going to be tired.
Right, that's like last time. That's like last time. Yeah.
Going to go through injuries. Going to go through 6-7 game series, and that's going to be tested. And for them to pull through in the finals, you're going to have to do some magic. Hence, Luka Magic.
Yeah.
So, can Dallas repeat?
So the
to
two
final?
top teams you think in the West? I think I definitely. I think the Nuggets. But how can
Nuggets,
you?
Dallas.
How
Nuggets
can
get Westbrook.
How can you include Westbrook? I have nothing against Westbrook, you know, but Westbrook is somewhat of a liability
Yeah,
to
imagine
me.
from MVP to just coming off the bench now, role player, scoring 5 points and getting 3 assists and 4 rebounds.
One thing though, if you're betting, you know, you can count on him. If you're betting on the game, you can count on Westbrook for
He's a hustle player.
give some stats, you know,
man,
some
he's a
rebound
hustle
and
player.
some.
Yeah, hustle player.
But to have him at Denver will be there again because
Denver,
I think he's a two top
Jokic,
players.
Murray,
Yeah, Denver
Porter
will be
Jr.
there
gone.
again.
That's the core of the team, and the core of the team is still there. And I think they can go far again.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard for them for teams to beat.
You have a
them.
young team like Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City coming good.
Yeah.
Chet playing better.
Yeah.
Shea still young, but I mean, last year them dip them foot in the water. So
I think
them can go
they're gonna
further.
come good this year.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Whoever come through the West is going to be tough.
Yeah,
I
them.
think the flop of the year probably going to be Minnesota. I don't think Minnesota going to come good.
The T-Wolves?
Yeah, I don't think Minnesota going to come. I think Minnesota going to flop in the West and in the
So
East.
it's
I
an-
think Philly going to flop.
Philly. Well, Philly flop every year.
No, flop as in
Yeah.
might finish way down the pecking
Way
order.
down.
Philly is because of injuries more so.
Yeah.
Maxi going to overwork. I mean, PG and Paul George and Joel Embiid not going to play many games.
Yeah.
So Philly, when time come, the core not going to be there. They're not going to gel like that. And
I don't even mention Clippers, you know. What happened to Clippers?
Clippers,
Done.
I don't-
James Harden.
Yeah.
James
Them
Harden
money
get.
just collect money. Them money want the money.
Yeah.
Them
James
money
Harden.
pay for the
Right,
money.
right now, James Harden probably happy that Kawhi Guns can have the ball now. He can do whatever he want to do on the court now. James can have the ball.
But that's what he
and
wants.
let's full up the stat sheet.
I've been thinking about the Clippers.
And the Clippers are dead.
I don't
Dead.
think the Clippers going to make the top 8. Got to make the top 8 in the West is tough.
Yeah.
You have teams like Kings. Kings with
Kings missing something though.
Kings. I don't know.
They have a good base. It's a
And get
bonus.
DeRozan.
Them are the Rosen.
And get DeRozan, which I think is a key addition. Scorer. Still have bench firepower. It's a bonus there. You have height. Get some guys like Elias off the
Keegan
bench.
Murray and
Keegan Murray and Fox. You know Fox.
De'Aaron
Best
Fox.
teams in the league. I mean Herta. So Kings going to be a contender. Well, Kings not going to go all the way, I think. But the West is tough, and I think any matchup in the playoffs, you can see the one seed being ousted by
What
the
about
eighth
Phoenix? What about Phoenix?
seed. Phoenix going to be a failure again. What about the Lakers?
Yeah, I think.
Lakers 2-1.
Yeah, I
Lakers
think.
beat-
I
Lakers beat Phoenix and who was it in that first match? Can't remember.
I think Lakers are gonna be better than Phoenix this year for sure.
Last time Phoenix was up by 22 against Lakers.
Yeah,
and they
and
lost.
yeah.
I think by 12 or so. Complete turnaround. Austin Reeves. Anthony
What do you think
Davis.
about Kevin Durant legacy?
Some people have him top 15 all the time. Sneaking up to top 10.
Well,
I don't think he
I
gets
feel,
in the 10, but with his talent and what he can do in the court, trust me, that man is probably the toughest man ever to guard.
yeah,
You know,
well,
and with that smooth shot, I mean, the height and the dribbles and handles, I mean, it, that player is a matchup nightmare for anybody. But again, with the mentality he has, he more defer that star role to somebody else.
Booker.
Yeah, so he doesn't
and
really
even
want
Bradley
to,
Beal
from
playing a little bit,
OKC
man.
days when he's like him don't want to be the leader. Prefer I'll go Westbrook or go hard. Then
You know, I thought the biggest mistake that KD, I think,
go to Brooklyn.
I wouldn't say the biggest mistake. I wouldn't say on his part. I thought that the GM for Oklahoma City made a bad decision when they traded Harden. 'Cause that combination was doing well enough. Harden, Westbrook, and KD, and they had Ibaka.
Yeah.
It was and then Perkins came to the team as well. They had a good team, and they made a mistake by doing one thing. They valued Westbrook over KD and James Harden, while it should have been the other way around.
Yeah.
You know, they gave money to Ibaka over James Harden.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Ibaka was a good big man for that team still, you know. Yeah. But Westbrook should have been the one to have gotten paid the least amount.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they handed the team over to Westbrook. Now they started. All right, look at the team now that they have. It's almost a similar team to the young OKC team from 2011. The team now with Shea and
Jalen Williams.
same kind of star power. In not quite, but they have Jalen Williams is a damn good player.
But these players seem to know that Shea is the man. No, not seem to know. They know that
Shea is the man. No, Shea is the man.
And, you know, they are more role players.
And they defer to him. Yeah.
And Shea, we'll give you 6 assists. 6
No, Shea is the man.
Mid range.
Yes, Shea is the man.
Free throw line.
Yeah, man. So, big player.
And to me, is maybe the sleeper, the MVP for the season.
Probably.
They
probably
not want to give Jokic again.
yeah.
So Shea might be
the MVP.
And Tatum going for it.
He's going to be one or two.
But Tatum has Brown, so it's like a tandem. They kind of hurt themselves in that regard to who's going to win MVP. So I don't see a Boston player getting MVP because of the team basketball they play and the quality players they have. Derek White, going to chip in. I mean, Drew Holiday is like a glue to that team and make everything function. I don't know how you can trade Drew Holiday from Milwaukee. I don't understand it.
Some of them GMs, I don't think they know what they're doing. But anyway, we gotta move on.
Yeah.
And you know the biggest sport in the world, the football.
Yeah.
Or soccer.
Soccer.
Yeah. For the Americans, we call it soccer.
So before we dive into the local scene,
I'll
give a quick roundup of the international scene where Champions League played earlier in the week. Reggae Girls played yesterday. Lost 3-0 to France. I mean, we draw with France 0 at World Cup.
Yeah. They probably played too much like how Peter want them to play. Peter want them to play opening, attacking, and I get the 3-0.
When you look at both results, what is common in both results? Jamaica not scoring a goal.
The 0. Oh.
And from the females to the males, where are the goals going to come from? If we don't get a PK or our own goal, as Peter would say, which the stats show that we don't really score much from open play, just like with the girls.
My question is,
what?
Are all the girls them back in the squad? No, they're still on protest, or they're still out? No, is she out because of the same issue, or are them that? Huh? Okay.
She's making that money.
Okay, well, it is what it is. They got that 3-0, so.
And in Champions League, the highlight of the week, Dortmund up 2-0 against Real Madrid, and Real Madrid with a brilliant comeback to win 4-2. Hat-trick from 5-2, sorry, with a hat-trick from Vinicius Jr., who some people tout as the favorite for the Ballon d'Or this year. Some say Jude, some say Vinny. I mean, I don't even know who's going to get it.
So who is that?
Messi.
Shit.
Messi retired, give Messi the reward. A lifetime award. What Messi?
What the hell if him get the Ballon d'Or player this side of the world?
I'm just kidding people, but I think Vinny will get the nod.
Vinny.
Some people think Bellingham, but I think Vinny should get the nod. So we'll see. I mean, although the performance that they use, the hat trick this week doesn't count because it's a certain time frame. So then they use international performances. I mean, big game performances, which both players had. So which one can get it. So I think it's between those two.
Let me ask you something. You said they don't use they use it within a time frame.
Yeah.
But the people who are voting on this, don't they still
Watching what's going on.
That's
now.
my point. That's my point. Because
So that hat
it's
trick
not
this
like it's not like there's a measurement to say, okay, this count for 1, this count for 2. There's no measurement. You know what I mean?
This week probably
Of course.
Vinny over the top.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
I would say that.
A human being,
Yeah,
you know,
I would say that.
and that's it's not something that measure, it's just based off our
If it's a
opinion.
dead heat, who you really gonna give? And be like, all right. And in the heat of the moment and what going on. So the early season now, who perform better? They'll be like, Vinny a kick up Rumpus. So why not just give Vinny?
Yeah.
Jude seemed to be, last
Quiet.
week Jude started off on fire. And Vinny finished on fire. No, Vinny continued that form. So that's why I think Vinny will get the edge.
Most times it come down to who's hot at the last part.
So after 3 matches in the Champions League so far, we only have 2 undefeated teams. 2 English teams. Liverpool and surprisingly Aston Villa at the top of the table. Not by goal difference, but yet still Aston Villa with 3 wins from 3 matches. So that is something to note. And I mean, with the new format, we'll see. Each team will play 7 matches. So at the end of it all, we'll see. I mean, who comes out on top? But with that start with Aston Villa, I think they will be in the mix within the first 3 games. Still early days, but yeah. So we see those performances earlier this week. But on the local scene, we need to talk more about our local circuit. And we know what is the biggest football in Jamaica.
Competition.
In Jamaica.
Schoolboy football.
Schoolboy football. Yeah, and I know we haven't spoke about schoolboy football this year, but we're waiting until the first round breeze off. The first one is finished now, and round of 16 kick off yesterday.
Yeah.
So to give a breakdown of the round of 16 groups, not only Manning Cup, the Costa Cup too as well, because Kingston and Jamaica alone in Kingston. Let's talk about Manning Cup, although we are Tony. We spread
Yeah,
love,
man.
we know Peter and Titchfield, but we know Titchfield now go in the mix. Yeah, but first of all, we're going to kick off the groups in the round of 16 for the Manning Cup. Group 1, Mona, Georges, Campion, Jago. Group 2, Eltham, Excelsior, Tivoli, Jonathan Graham. Group 3, which to me is probably the group of death, KC, Stats, Heidel, Wolmers. Group 4, Catherine, JC, Calabar, and Charles Smith. Mona Georges, Group 1. I see as coming out. Group 2, I don't even know who to go with. Based on the early performance, probably Eltham and Excelsior. Hard to say. I don't want to say Excelsior.
Excelsior, they're playing right now, right?
Right now. They're playing right now. But a good friend come from Excelsior. Now it's chirp against KC. But Eltham Excelsior might be in the mix. Never can tell. Group 3, KC Stats, Heidel Women's.
A lot of big names there, man. That's a group of death, according to Froggy, right?
One for sure I think coming out is KC.
Yeah.
So the next one now, who I think coming out will probably be Heidel. But we'll see still. I mean, KC and Heidel going to play at 4 o'clock now. Today?
Yeah.
Stadium East. Currently now, JC and Calabar from Group 4 with Catherine and Charlie. JC and Calabar playing now at Stadium East. And to run up the group, as I said, Catherine, JC, C-Bar, Charlie. And I have JC Catherine.
That's a good pick.
So
Catherine and JC.
To me, Group 3, group of death for name teams, so to say. So that should be a tough group. But I forgot color purples.
Yeah, surprisingly that out of all of it's just KC and JC maintain themselves.
In a recent time.
Yeah,
Georges too. Georges there, man.
To a lesser extent.
Yeah, Georges there.
But Wolmers and them team here would normally have a little spirit, kind of dead in the water.
Well, when last Wolmers
from Hyde them days.
I remember when KC were on
Puppy
the drought.
With Puppy Dog and
years ago when KC were on the drought, I remember going to a football match and me and a Wolmers fan had some words.
Yeah.
Said, watch it from me. So when last KC win? 1987. I said, but when last Wolmers win? 1994.
94.
A long time I went to Pioneer.
Fast
KC
car
win.
and
And when I seen no words to say. So I mean, but Wolmers in the doldrums, but I think they're on the up now. I don't see them as real contenders this year.
No.
Yeah, but before sports commentary, we're going to wrap up the Da Costa Cup group. We're under 16. 4 groups again. Group 1, Kemsil, Stets, Gavin Masia, Alphonsus Davis. Group 2, Froome, Monroe, and the 2CC them. Cornwall College and Clarendon College. Group 3, Happy Grove, Glenmore, Dintil, Ocherios. Group 4, Central, McGrath. Well, you know
Bad boy
McGrath makes
school.
bad boys. Central, McGrath, Denby, and Manchester.
Yeah.
No schools from the east?
No.
Happy Grove is from the east.
Happy Grove.
Happy
Yeah.
Grove is from the east.
I've heard of that school, yes.
Yeah.
So
I
what
think
happened to
it's
the
biggest
big,
school.
what happened to the big schools from the east?
I
From
think the-
Teachfield?
No, but-
No, and St. Mary, there's St. Mary's and
the
other
East,
schools.
East kind of weak, just like NBA. The East weak.
The east is weak.
East
Peter, you ever hear
Never said-
St. Mary in the Costa Cup of the world before?
Everybody
No,
has
but I
said it to the
mean,
West.
it's almost a quarter.
St. Mary
Jamaica.
almost sound like a girls'
but-
school.
yeah, but-
All girls' school.
There's Morant Bay, Teachfield, Happy Grove, Port Antonio, and St. Mary. So I only heard one school. There's Oberlin and all these other schools.
No, well,
Traditionally,
the East.
the
always-
East
They
always
don't play
win.
football
No.
in those
No,
parts of
not
Jamaica.
anymore.
I don't know what the East really.
I know
play.
Teachfield used to try a thing now and then,
Yeah.
but
What
traditionally,
sport the East really play, though?
the East is. That's what I'm saying.
The East. Everybody
Apart
has
from
said to the West.
TT, apart from table tennis,
Not even
and school
TT
challenge
too,
quiz.
They had a Flurry at one point.
I feel
Yeah.
away, I feel away, I feel away.
But people, it's time for sports commentary. The
Yeah.
controversial boss himself.
Greetings. Sports commentary, gonna be short. I'm a little under weather today. How you guys feel about no racket sports at Commonwealth Games 2026? They have cut the number of sports drastically to reduce the sports down to just 10 sports. Here are the sports: athletics and para-athletics, swimming and para-swimming. I don't know what artistic gymnastics, track cycling and para-track cycling, netball, weightlifting, boxing, judo, bowls, and 3x3 basketball and 3x3 wheelchair basketball. Here's the sports that are not at the Commonwealth Games: hockey, squash, rugby, cricket, volleyball, diving, badminton, road cycling, mountain biking, table tennis, triathlon, and wrestling. It's some of the games that are not at the Commonwealth Games. It's more than the games itself. Those games could be a game of their own. Really look away to me. I don't know why this is so. I heard that the games were originally scheduled to be in Australia. And the Australians had to cancel because of financial problems. And Glasgow stepped in at the last minute. My opinion is to cancel games altogether and then push it back a year and then have a proper games. A lot of players, people, sportsmen, minor sports especially, look forward to the Commonwealth Games as the kind of their chance. Isn't closest thing to the Olympics. Yeah. In fact, it's other than the World Championship is the biggest multi-sport. It is the biggest multi-sport game that I've ever played in, and probably you too, Kane.
Yeah.
Because you're just on the cusp of Olympic qualification. So it's going to be missed by all the nations that used to use the Commonwealth Games as some kind of the culmination of their year in sport, or their 2 years in sports at least. You guys said something about baseball. I think baseball is interesting for this World Series final that's going on, simply because I've been a fan of Otani from Japan. And I think Otani for Los Angeles is going to be interesting to see if he will win the World Series. So that's something I'm looking out for. Leo Messi scored a hat-trick the other day, and his fans, because him have some fanboys, jump up to say, yeah, Ballon d'Or, and top man and all this kind of thing. So I watched the game, and to be honest with you, the defending was really poor in that match. It's a farmers league. Come on. I see Leo Messi run into space and put up his hands and say, give the ball to me. And then the defenders are just walking around while Messi walked the ball. This really shouldn't be where the big man playing his football. Come on, Messi should have one more good year, eh? So we can see him. But surely the US League is not saying anything. On table tennis, there's a very interesting tournament going on now, WTT Montpellier. And, usually every time the Chinese lose, people come and say, changing of the guard. This is it. But this look like it now, because The Europeans are certainly doing very well. I've been looking on a player named Benedict Duda, who is doing very well. He got to the European finals, and he is one of the coming guys. There's a group of young players I see coming through that include Calderana, Felix and Alexis, LeBron, and all these other players. They're coming through and they're playing some good table tennis. And Benedict joined that ranks now because he's now in the quarters or the semis. He's in the semifinalists are being decided now. So Benny just recently scored the win of his life by beating Liang Jinkun in the quarterfinals in Montpellier, France. Lin Shidong, one of the hot players from China, beat Lin Yonju very easily. Harimoto, who just won the Asian Games, beat Patrick Francisca. And of the two LeBron brothers, they just played in the quarterfinals. Felix got the better of Alexis in a family match on home soil. So I think it is Felix will now play Harimoto and Lin Shidong will play Duda. And if things work out a certain way, perhaps Harimoto and Lin Shidong will play again for a repeat of the Asian finals. I complained that was just 5 sets. But certainly the guys who are playing now are playing well. But I think that there's too much table tennis going on. You might ask, where's Fan Jindown? And where is Marlon? Well, Fan Jindown is still playing in the Chinese national championships. How can you have a major tournament playing in France and it's happening while the Chinese national championships going on? The other day, some people didn't get to play their championship because you're playing another championship. Hugo just finished playing Panam, jumped on a plane and had to go to France to play again with cell numbers. There's too much table tennis going on, in my opinion. One thing I'm tired of is hearing about Mason Greenwood. England get a new trainer now. Oh, yes. And Mason Greenwood, who had indicated his interest in playing for Jamaica, he's been on social media walking around Jamaica gears on and all these kind of things. Mason wants to go and have a talk with the new English coach. I forget his name. Wants to go and have a talk to see if he might look his way at some point. And you know, Jamaica, have some pride, man. The man don't want to play for Jamaica. The man wants to play for England. Stop talking about Mason. Well, I'm talking about him. But the point is that, you know, how much longer we going to run down the man to come and play for the national team? It's time for him to make a commitment. Because, you know, it doesn't look good on us that we're holding out for this guy. And this guy gone back to the English coach to try to get on the team. Now, tonight, I wanted to save this for later because some people who tend to bet with me always want to know my picks for UFC 308. Taking place in Abu Dhabi as we speak. The big fight is between Ilia Topuria from Spain and Max Holloway. Now, Max Holloway is a people's favorite, all-time fighter, big occasion fighter too. But I think he's past his prime. And he's facing Topuria, who is the coming man. The man licked out Volkanovski like no sweat. Once Volkanovski felt his power. And for that featherweight group, I think that if Topuria faces Holloway and just stands face to face, it will be good night, sweet prince. And Topuria will win. In 3, put your money on the 3rd round. Knockout for Topuria. In the equally interesting co-main event, Chimaev returns after many months, perhaps 2 years. I haven't seen Chimaev fight. Chimaev will be fighting against Whittaker from New Zealand in a middleweight bout. I like Whittaker. I think Whittaker is a complete fighter. I think Chimaev is just so powerful and so dominant, and his wrestling is so awesome that I see Chimaev either choking out Whittaker in the latter rounds or knocking him out in the early rounds. So people, bet on both fights. Bet for what you call it, the exacta. You will win a lot of money if you follow me. Every time I win, I tell you should have bet. Don't miss this chance. Now, recently we had National Heroes Day. And I saw honors being given to Beanie Man and Bounty Killer. Congrats to them, by the way. You know, who used to sing a lot about the two-man thing. They don't like seeing the two-man thing. And you know, why the national hero have to be two-man getting the thing? Honor Beanie and Honor Bounty. You know, they're not a team. And I see them put the two-man thing, like what they do with the money. You notice that the Jamaica money now have two man on it. I don't know what the significance of that is. But I have a question. When I looked on the Jamaica money, why are Paul Bogle and George William Gordon on the same bill? You know, up to now, no one has given me a good explanation on why George William Gordon is a national hero. I mean, you know, respect and all that. I don't know what he's doing on Paul Bogle bill. I know what Paul Bogle did. And the next thing is I also notice everybody's talking about Bob Marley and Miss Lou for heroes, to become heroes. I know what Bob Marley did. I don't know what Miss Lou did. Huh? Somebody please explain to me what Miss Lou did to be a national hero. I read the poem, I did it in school, Colonization in Reverse, and you know, all these other things Miss Lou said. But Bob Marley was a world hero, a world icon. There's a movie about Bob Marley. There's no Miss Lou movie. Bob Marley is a world figure that should have been made a national hero long before George William Gordon. Who did more? George William Gordon or Bob Marley? You know what I mean? Who did more? Miss Lou or Usain Bolt? Which one did more? So I know the Minister of National Honors watches this program, and therefore I'm here to say they need to confirm next year, no later than, hero status for Bob Marley and Usain Bolt. And if you have time for it, there should be a table tennis playing there too. My pick, Stephen Hilton, Order of Jamaica. What say you?
Tell you what.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Man. Never short on controversy.
Yeah,
boy. Do you remember the phone lines are now open? 1876 552 7406. Repeat the number again. 1876 552 7406. And that's via WhatsApp only. What do you think? Bob Marley be a hero?
Most definitely. You see, before Boy was Bob, you know. Remember when we used to go to US Open, now we used to travel.
Yeah, everywhere.
And the European them say and say
Bob Marley,
you know, and they probably still do say it
Even
if you go to Europe now. Yeah. So Bob Marley is well overdue, and Bob Marley should have been a hero a long time ago. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're waiting on. I don't know, maybe it's a Rasta thing. I don't have any Rastas and a hero now. Would have none. So I don't.
That's why I think they combine Miss Lou with it to make it more decent for him.
Oh.
That's why I want the thing deal with separate.
Yeah, man.
Put Bob Marley and Miss Lou on one bill.
Separate them, man.
Definitely. You know, Rasta was a thing that was looked down upon
But it
back
doesn't be a
in the
hero
days.
to be a money still.
Yeah, but him deserve to be a hero.
Hugh Shear and...
What's the criteria for being a national a hero? What's the criteria really?
I don't know.
I don't. Peter mentioned a name about what did he do? I don't know. I don't. But we all know what Bob did for Jamaica, though.
Tell the people that's why I do sports.
A lot of people know about the island because of Bob Marley.
I do sports. I talk about sports. But everywhere I go, two names are always called.
Bob and Bolt.
Bob and Bolt. Bolt, you know, is recent times.
Yeah,
before,
yeah, for real.
Bob Marley.
For real.
Bob Marley, Jamaica. Oh, Jamaica. Bob Marley. Bob Marley.
Yeah, man. I was wondering.
Nobody ever come look for me and say, oh, that Marcus Garvey big too.
No, Marcus Garvey is big, yeah.
Marcus Garvey.
Obviously.
But nobody look for me and say George William Gordon.
Yeah. We don't know. Almost forgotten, right? But
never forgotten.
Yeah, but definitely Bob deserve him honors and his time. And Peter mentioned a name from our community, table tennis.
Yeah.
It was surprising, you know. Stephen Hilton.
You do a lot for the sport.
Of course.
I mean, on
Of
a world
course.
level, so
Of course.
it's one of the best players in our sport.
People might argue about what's his name again? Boy, name always slipped me. Fernando Roberts, and then we had Orville Haslam. You know, a lot of people might even argue the point that Orville deserve it more than Stephen.
Afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Caller, you hearing me? Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Paramount Sports.
Yes, good afternoon.
Long time I don't hear this voice, man. You forget us on Primal here, man.
Yeah, how you guys are doing? It's been a while.
Yeah, I will look forward to your calls, and I'm sure the listeners look forward to your calls. I guess sitting not doing anything. I mean, what happened? You're not checking with us. Things good on your side?
But I'm here, you know, the old city, so.
So
Everything is some days I sleep a bit later than some, you know, 'cause I work sometimes in the nights and stuff.
Oh, you live the good life. You live the good life. You have to get to sleep. But, so tell us, what's your sporting topic?
Coming on the show, you know.
All right. So what's your sporting topic?
Well, I mean, so much going on in the world of sports. You know,
Always. Yeah.
talk about, but you know, I have to talk about my main teams them who I love and support, you know, which been doing good.
Yeah.
So you know, Manchester City, we haven't lost a game in the EPL just so far. Even though we're playing with a lot of injuries, one of my main players out for the season in Rodri. But we're still there battling, especially this morning. We win a game just by a goal to nil, but
Win is a win.
tough to talk sometimes,
Yeah,
you
win
know?
is a win.
Once we get to once we get to the business end of the season, anytime after January, February, thereabout, players start to coming back. Probably depending on the coach, if you're gonna add another new player to fit in. But I think we're the good thereabout, because this is Manchester City, you know, the best team playing in the world for the past decade.
I hear you.
So,
Yeah. I see the Clasico, I see Barcelona.
so, you know, we know.
Barcelona up 4-love in the Clasico right now. Barcelona playing some good football.
I mean, Barcelona just Real Madrid 4-love, and they've been playing really good.
Yeah.
I must say.
They beat Bayern Munich earlier in the week.
At the high, they dismantle
Bayern Munich.
which is a very good
Yeah.
coach team. Also, this week in the Champions League,
Yeah.
which we've been perfect in the Champions League. Eclipsing Man U record, also becoming the longest winning streak, run unbeaten in the Champions League
For English
6
team.
games.
Yeah.
This week, City accomplished that. We still haven't lost a game at the Etihad after 2 years. You know, so much going on.
Real citizen, I tell you.
NFL start back from 6-0, Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
You know, tomorrow I'm looking to go 7-0.
Yeah.
Coming this season.
So Kansas City and Manchester City.
For the Chiefs, Manchester City
He-
for the 5-timer.
So he's a real citizen man. Manchester City, Kansas City. I tell you.
Yeah, I mean, and come on, Kingston, Jamaica. But don't forget Kingston City.
Kingston City.
Jamaica qualify for the next phase of the Nations League.
So before you go, cause we strap for time. Before you go, I'm gonna pose one question to you. Something from what Peter said in his commentary not too long ago. What do you think of the Mason Greenwood situation of him being on the fence, wanting to know the plans of the New England manager Tuchel before committing to Jamaica? What's your stance on that? How do you see that as a Jamaican and a Kingston citizen? What do you have to say about that?
If he don't come to play for us, it will be disappointing. So probably a heartbroken, but he's young, he's a good talent, very good talent. He's just
So we should wait on him? You think we should wait on him?
well, I mean, that's their preferred choice. All of them. It's just that sometimes when they cannot do better, they come home back to us. But
I'm second for less.
But you second for less, but he's not home. But this is not home. It's not home for him. You think Mason Greenwood know the big clock out of half a tree?
No.
And him have us on the fence like that?
No, but it is heritage and everything.
His father's Jamaican, I think.
Yeah. What I'm saying, but one thing before I go, I mean, all you guys know much about horse racing.
Yeah.
Because they're going on really good at the track. The title race for the Jackie Championship.
Break that down for us in a quick minute. You have a 1 minute.
Young talent,
Very low on this team.
riders going at it. Rally Showman and Tevin Foster.
Yeah.
Ding Dong. Both riders
Colours,
over 100 winners so far.
Yeah.
And they lock on right now. Tevin Foster today leading by 2.
Yeah.
3 race to 1. It's very exciting, and I mean the clock cars them out. Everybody, it's fun, very fun.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. Thanks for that bit. We're going to talk more about some horse racing next week.
Cheering Dodgers by a game.
Yeah.
Should bounce back later on. NBA started. There's a whole lot coming. But I'll come back next week.
Next week, yeah. I know Money Cup.
And some other topics.
I know you carry stats.
Always good.
I know you carry stats in Manning Cup, so Casey and stats in the same group again. So
Casey,
I'll see you at the football ground.
Casey will be playing stats.
Yes.
We scraped with a one draw yesterday. I'm not sure how Casey Idle going to the.
It's starting at 4, but due to the weather, I'm not sure if it's going to even kick off. But we'll see about that. The match should start in about 20 minutes.
I hope it's a 1-all or a 0-all.
No. Casey going to take care of business. We know this.
All right.
All right, citizens. So we look forward to your call again next week.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
It's always been a pleasure.
Yeah, man.
All right.
All right, respect for the call.
Every time. Prime on family. Yes, yes.
Again 5 right away.
Froggy, your time.
Am I time?
Yes. Your time, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kim
Let's
said
go.
was going to ask the citizen a question, and I was wondering what question was itching me. Was it 159 charges? Boy, I got to talk about disagreeing with. Yeah, I wanted to know about the corruption. Because I tell you, I'm going to lose a couple titles, you know.
Let me see. Next week we'll be asking
Mourinho
that.
waiting on it. But people, I got to mention the horse racing because there was an incident. I wonder if we can bring VAR into horse racing. Because I think we're going to need VAR. Where's the Peter? VAR into horse racing? Yes, man. So over the holiday, he was there. 9-card race, second race. Game match, the entire day get abandoned. Samantha Fletcher riding, take a punt. Omar Walker and My Sunshine. And race ended, Samantha Fletcher winning. Stewards inquiry. Samantha Fletcher disqualified
DQ.
for horse what do you call it? Tampering with the other horse? Maneuvering onto the other horse.
Obstructing.
Interfering with Omar Walker's horse. Chaos in Cayman Park. Riot. Match abandoned. They abandoned.
Oh, she, what?
Stewards have been
Let me ask you
suspended
something though.
for
You have inside, was it an outer horse at one race?
inside horse.
No, I mean, was it a favorite or?
Favorite.
What's the odds? Oh, she was a favorite.
She was a favorite.
Okay.
She was a favorite. Omar Walker was right behind her, but I hear that she's one of the best riders, female riders, better than Georgina. And she better than some of the man them too. So basically when you watch the replay of the race, you see where Omar Walker horse drift onto her horse first and then her horse drift after. But them only see the after. They don't see what happened before. I know Vargo already have before
And
and
you said
after.
the whole thing abandoned after that race?
Yes, man.
First in
After
history.
race 2.
First in history.
After race 2, the entire race car them. Next
Well,
7.
fight broke out at the track or something.
Pun everybody.
Yeah.
I know money
broke,
involved in a
missiles thrown.
Horse racing is
Horse
probably
racing
the
is
most
more for money.
corrupt sport.
I remember they have her as a favorite. And she
Mafia
win.
get involved in
And then she
everything
get
in horse
disqualified and the house will finish third get the win. So imagine the money who bet on that also. Them not getting the money.
Yeah.
The winners who actually win not getting the money. Second
So
place
how
not
you
getting
see the
the money.
replay? You saw the replay, so you tell me the stories and never see the replay?
They don't. They look at a portion of the replay. So they look at what happened after, but not what happened before. It's a before and after, you know. It's cause and effect. So there was a cause, and then there was an effect. They don't want to see the effect. They don't want to see the cause. So I'm saying we need VAR in our horse racing. We have VAR in football. We soon have VAR in table tennis.
There is VAR in horse racing. It's called a steward's inquiry.
3 stewards.
There is VAR.
I don't think those 3
One thing
stewards are
I know,
competent, you know.
horse racing is probably the most corrupt sport.
This
A
is
lot
what
of
they,
things go before a race,
during the race,
during the race.
after
It
the
can be
race.
corrupt because
Can be, can be.
if you're a trainer,
Involved.
if you're a trainer or owner, you're betting against your horse. You know,
Yeah.
the jockey you bet against the horse that you're riding and
That must be corrupt. Too much things involved. But we love it same way. Big up horse
Yeah,
racing.
yeah. So I have to really say we need some.
Gamblers
But
paradise.
the thing that come out of that is that the stewards are what disqualified and they're going to be sent into a reform, so they need to retool and retrain and everything. But you should have somebody who can override the stewards.
No,
Somebody
I'm
above.
in charge.
Some
Corruption or incompetence? Which one?
both.
Not talking about both.
All right, incompetence. They mean incompetent. So incompetence is needed in sports.
No, if you weren't trained properly, you're incompetent.
But Frog, if you can see what happened, how you tell me them can't see what happened? They
Shows-
couldn't look, but
It shows them can't say them never want to see.
Choose not.
I don't think it's not incompetence, Pete. I think they just choose not to.
No, we have to go. We will
What
refuse.
you mean?
One thing for
cannot
sure,
be
it's corruption.
incompetence.
Yeah.
And
What you mean?
We have to watch. That's what's happening. There's money on the line here, guys. Be careful.
Yeah.
They're not
Be
getting
careful
back
the
the money.
allegations.
Are they getting back any money?
Allegedly.
Yeah. But I mean, we have around 4 or 5 minutes before wrap up. I want to talk about the Commonwealth Game situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I am shocked. I mean, at the omission of certain sports and inclusion of certain
Yeah,
sports.
most
Yes, we
definitely.
understand the nature of Scotland, Glasgow, taking over the games from Victoria, who pulled out at a late hour. I mean, so Glasgow hosted the games in 2014. Both of us were there in Glasgow. I myself has been to the past 4 editions of the Commonwealth Games.
You're not
and
going this
to
one.
see where by my sport, table tennis, will not be involved, but also all racket sports not involved. in
And big top
multi-games.
sports like
top
rugby
sports like rugby
in the Commonwealth
who is-
region and
yeah,
hockey.
hockey, who I guess there's a British make a lot of sports. And for one, we know hockey and
Hockey is a
rugby,
big sport in the Commonwealth.
big
And
sport,
rugby.
and rugby for rugby sevens for sure. And I don't understand how in a Commonwealth Games you choose to cut down certain sports and cut out certain sports, but yet still you include 3-on-3 basketball over rugby sevens, over hockey.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. The Indians are saying that, it's because of them and the bias towards them and to,
Racism.
yeah, not to win as much medals. But I mean, we know that they're faced with
And even track and field.
track and field.
Is a staple, but it's not a big sport.
It's not a big sport
in
in
the
the
Commonwealth
Games.
region.
You can't tell me the Commonwealth Game champion from the 2010 edition.
Commonwealth is almost insignificant
But yet
in track
still,
and field.
you can probably tell me all world champions in track and field come straight down.
Yeah, it's not a big thing in the Commonwealth.
No.
I can argue the point that rugby and hockey, table tennis, badminton is
squash.
and squash.
Squash is at a high level in the Commonwealth region.
Yeah,
And as Peter said, it's next to the World Championships.
yeah.
It's a multi-games, the Olympics, World Championships, and then you have the Commonwealth Games.
It's a big games for
Big games.
for majority of the racket sports.
Yeah.
It's a big games for them.
hockey.
Hockey and rugby. And you have 3-on-3 basketball. What on earth is 3-on-3
Yeah,
basketball in
who
the
really
Commonwealth?
plays 3-on-3 basketball in the Commonwealth region?
What is 3-on-3 basketball?
Is 3-on-3 basketball a legit sport?
No, that's what I want to ask you
Is it
now.
well, it's a legit sport? Is it a certified sport to have a 3-on-3 basketball?
That format I've never.
Well, I mean, we had break dancing in the last.
I know Ice Cube them start a thing over in the States with 3-on-3 and whatever, but it is not.
3-on-3 basketball
That
isn't really
format,
played
that
anyway.
format of basketball cannot be given
Recreational
preference.
activity.
Cannot be given preference
Preference.
over all of these sports.
Basketball.
It's not even basketball.
And
It's
even
somehow
so,
played.
3-on-3 basketball over cricket. Also, cricket is cut, Although cricket is, but
Who are
cricket
they
is
trying-
really big in the Commonwealth region.
Yeah.
The Commonwealth region is big on cricket, but the top teams don't necessarily play.
Netball was barely squeezed.
Netball gets in, but netball is big in the Commonwealth region.
Of
But-
course, netball
but
is a top
hockey,
sport.
cricket, rugby, and you have 3-on-3 basketball.
Who will be watching?
Mark you.
Commonwealth Games.
Imagine you cut out one racket sport and leave in 2. That would be rough.
Yeah.
The table tennis man are going to say, oh, badminton and squash.
Just remove everybody.
Everyone cut all of them. I can't get that.
It's,
Fine.
it's two things.
It's
I think
still wrong.
It's two things I think should happen. Is either them boycott the
whole games.
the whole games, or they include these sports.
Yeah.
You
sports
cannot
make
have
up
Commonwealth games with them type of sports, and you're excluding
Bowls
the
and-
traditional sports.
Bowls and parabols.
Par-
Lawn bowling and such is met the cut.
Everything in fairness to bowling, bowls or whatever.
Lawn bowling.
In all fairness to it,
Who's the lawn bowl champion?
it's a sport that's been around for long
years.
before many
Alright, tell me
sports.
the greatest
but,
lawn bowler.
but it
Tell
is
me
not
the
a
top 10
part.
greatest
it's-
ever.
I have no clue.
Yeah, what are your key moments?
I have
with
no
lawn
clue.
bowling?
I have no clue. But you're right. But it's a traditional sport within the Commonwealth.
Boxing,
still.
getting boxing.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Weightlifting. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Track cycling.
when you look
All I
at
can say is that the president for the sports that was left out, they need to lobby and they need to do something
But
about it
imagine
right
lobbying
now.
and two get in and the rest of
No, I understand, but sometimes other
Imagine
sides I forgot. But
squash and table tennis get in and no badminton. How would the badminton?
trouble.
well, them have to lobby. Them have to lobby, and I urge
Next week we won't talk
as
about
a
this
part
one.
of the table tennis community, I'm going to call out the ITTF president
Call him.
to do something. Yeah, she have to do. No, it's a lady. She have to do something about
The
it.
question I want to ask: Who
We
will
need
be the
table
audience?
tennis in the Commonwealth Games.
Who will be the audience for this Commonwealth Games? Who will be watching?
I'm not going to watch.
Because most of these sports are.
Games,
Anybody
Don't
watch-
watch.
decided-
We have to watch.
I'm not
because
gonna watch track
it's
and
rough.
field. Anybody watch track and field in the Commonwealth Games?
People were short on time. Next week we can come back on this topic, and next week we want a few more call-ins.
Yeah.
So we have to wrap up the show again, people. Yeah.
All right. Well, we have to, as usual, we have to thank our viewers and listeners on Fit FM 96.7, the western side of Jamaica, Primal 4K app, Facebook, YouTube, the whole
World
web.
Wide Web.
You know it go already. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. On behalf of the whole Primal team, Controversy Boss Froggy, myself, Dale, and the whole Primal family, thank you for tuning in. See you again next week, same time, same place. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.